Ahoy, shipmates! We're here today for the Spirit of Adventure. And that's not the Spirit of Adventure you're looking at. That is the sail training ship Tenacious. Really am trying to get some drone footage of her with the sails up, but every time she comes past, she's running on diesel power and doesn't have her sails up, so unfortunate. Spirit of Adventure is just around the corner. She's on the move. She's just done a spin, heading down towards Dockhead. So I just thought that we'd start. Oh, hang on, has that picture stopped again? It's very unsatisfactory. Seem to be having a few technical issues again this evening. Let's. What happens if I press this button here and then let's try this? Don't know why. It's very reliable, but really struggling this evening. Come on, cruise cam. Come on. Oh, what's the matter with it? Like, can't seem to get the technology working these days. Well, I'll try Netlicam. Netlicam's working. There we go. Probably more what we need anyway, really. Come back to cruise cam in a bit. Let's have a look. Can we see? Bit windy in port today. We've had a lot of. Well, go back. Had a lot of rain as well. I'm having problems with my internet connection. I wonder if that might be the problem. Let's check on cruise cam again. No. Come on, cruise cam. Well, that was a sailing ship Tenacious briefly on our screens there. Never to be seen again. Well, let's go back to Netlicam because that one is working. Let's also have the cruise ship Arcadia in port as well. Let's try that. Give it one more try. No, still not working. What's going on here? Well, I'm not sure what's going on there. I've had a number of problems with this before. And normally it involves the router that's actually at the cruise cam location. And that's the one thing I can't reset remotely. It's the router. Because if I try and reset the router, then I lose internet connection. And if I lose internet connection, it all goes wonky. Just going to try it again. See if we can get this working. I mean, frankly, what we can do with all this technology is marvellous, but it does have its little connection to it again. Let's just try a technical doodah. Going to do my best technical impression of a tech support and turn it on and off again. Let's see how that goes. We can just see Spirit of Adventure on her way, coming from the right-hand side of the screen on cruise cam, on Netlicam. Spirit of Adventure has 876 passengers on board and 425 crew, which doesn't sound like a lot, does it really, shipmates? Doesn't sound like a lot. I mean, it's a good ratio, but she has a maximum capacity of 999, so there's a little bit of space on board. She's one of the SAGA cruise company's line of cruise ships. I'm sure they'll all be having a lovely time aboard. Probably actually quite pleased with sailing conditions tonight. Maybe touch on the windy side, but at least it's sunny. Oh, I have to look at the chat. Who's in the chat? Oh, shipmates. Oh, there's a lot of shipmates in the chats. Gone black. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix that. Oh, Harvey Shackle. Evening, ahoy, Charles Harvey. Ahoy, Jackie's Transport Videos. And ahoy there, Andrew Monuments. And ahoy there, Lee White says when will Box can be back. Just so shortly, I'm still waiting on ABP. I've been toing and throwing for them for a very long time, and I'm just waiting for them to get back to me, really. And then I needed to move it to a different location. There's a few things I need to do, but it will be back. I think that's the important message to take from my ramblings there. Cruise Box Camp will be back. It's just a matter of trying to get it back at the right time. Okay, so I've just restarted Cruise Cam. Let's see if we can get that working now then. Yay, Cruise Cam. There we go. So that's Arcadia. She's in port at the moment, as well as Tenacious. And let's see if we can find Spirit of Discovery. No, not there yet. She's just on the right side of the picture. Okay, good. Well, at least that's working. Oh, no, it's not working, is it? No, that's an old picture. Oh, that was short-lived. Oh, that's very annoying. Oh, well. Back to Netcam. I suppose it's one advantage of having more than one camera. At least one of them's working. Or their big wheel. Wants to know where the cameras, but yes, they will come back. I think that's, like I said, that's the important issue to take away, the important information. I'm just waiting on ABP. Obviously, I'm not one of their high priorities. Charging lots of people for swing moorings in the local area seems to be their high priority at the moment. Ahoy there, Big Will. And ahoy there, D. Lose. And ahoy there, Wayne Trudgeon. Ahoy there, Dizzy C. And ahoy there, Leanne. And ahoy there, Reading lads. Just hiding behind one of the rows there and the grain stores at the end of the dockhead. We'll see her shortly. I'm afraid I have to give up on Cruise Cam. Seems to have... It is actually still working. It's just not working the way I wanted to work. It's gone on strike. Maybe it's part of the Transport and General Workers Union or something. Spirit of Adventure. We'll get a better view of her soon once she's past the dockheads there. A relatively new ship for the Saga group. I seem to remember that they were making a number of them. And Spirit of Adventure was one of their first dedicated ones. They were using older ships repurposed, but now they've got their own dedicated ships. She was out on her maiden voyage in July of 2021, so relatively new. I don't think I've live streamed her before. Might have droned her before. One of the red jets shooting out the dockhead there. Like I say, capacity of almost 1,000 passengers. No, passengers. 540 crew. 8,000 gross tons. So, by comparison to some of the other ships we get in port, quite a deal smaller. But I suggest that probably fits the market of being a Saga cruise. I think you have to be over 55 to sail on board. Not sure if I'm correct in that information. I'm not been on a Saga cruise, mainly because I'm not over 55. They target guests over 50. Oh, well, I still can't get on board. Yeah, won't be long. Has a speed of 18 knots. 33 kilometers an hour for all you continental types, or 21 miles per hour. That's actually a little bit slower than some of the cruise ships we see in port. But I'm sure perfectly adequate for a gentle cruise. Gentle cruise. That's a good point. Where is she off to? Gentle cruise around Ireland. Calling in at Glengareth and Cork. Hopefully it's not too windy over that way. Probably just missed those big storms that were out and about at the weekend. I don't know if you happened to catch them. I was on a boat at the weekend. I was a pity we can't get cruise cam working because it's really nice pictures on cruise cam at the moment. Let's try again. No, still stuck on the old picture. Oh well. As I was been out and about the last couple of weekends on boats. That's why I've not been live streaming the weekends. Busy reacquainting myself with nautical ways and teaching a fellow shipmate how to drive a boat, essentially. I suppose that's what you'd say. And we've had some great weather, great weekends. I don't know if anyone in the channel's been on a Saga cruise. Anyone in the channel been on a Saga cruise? Let me know what they think. I'm pretty sure that most times people have been very complimentary of them. Big Wheel says Horizon still wonky on Netly Camp. Yeah, we're just waiting for the rear Commodore to actually doesn't have the Commodore. Waiting for the Commodore to come along, and we'll fix that. Now we've put in some better Wi-Fi to make the signal better. Now we just need to fix the Horizon. At the same time, we've got some guys to fix the top of the mast to stop it wobbling quite so much. Oh, there, Elizabeth G. She says I'm definitely old enough. Ah. Well, it's, I would think that's a good thing, shipmate. Worry about it. And Tizzy C also suggests he's probably old enough as well. It's looking a bit hazy. I can see some rowers out there. I was surprised when they go rowing. A couple of times I'm out in Southampton water, there can be quite some chop. And frankly, I get wet in the little speedboats. So how these guys... There we go. How these guys keep their little rowing boats safe and sound, I have no idea. I think I'd rather be on the cruise ship than the rowing boat. I mean, having a buffet and rum on hand, rather more appealing than being at the end of a sweaty oar. It's turned into quite a sunny day at the end. Oh, there's Charlotte Parrott. Asks how the captain is today. Captain's well, thank you. He's found his land legs after a long weekend at sea. Oh, there's Steve Mack. Oh, there's Steve Mack. You're on duty on time this evening. Well done, shipmate. You get your ration of grog. Saga come and pick you up. Sounds interesting. Reminds me, I will, this opportunity, thank all of the PayPal donors to the channel for your contributions, and for people who've been buying some merchandise lately. We've had a few merchandise sales of the t-shirts and hats and things. That's all good. It all helps the channel. I've got some more camera locations coming. I'm just trying to push people along to do it, but you know, you contact people and they're all game for it, and then they get busy, and you contact them next week, and they go, "Oh yeah, busy this week. How about next week?" And you go, "Sure, no problem, shipmate." And then next week, same thing happens. Just gets really slow. So I'll keep the pressure on. So thanks to all my PayPal patrons, PayPal donors, members of the channel as well. Of course, thank you to all members of the channel. It all really does help. I am buying small cameras, and they're not cheap, really, if I'm honest. Sometimes got to pay for installation cost as well. You know, it's not insignificant, so it's all very helpful. And of course, thank you to all subscribers. If you aren't subscribed, do think about subscribing to the channel. Just hit that little red button. And every time I go live, if you hit that notification bell, you'll find out. Oh, it looks like Netlicam's struggling here slightly. Oh, come on, it's a bit laggy. There we go. Oh dear, come on. Oh. I know what to do. I'm just going to change the setting. That should help. My connections where I'm based at the moment aren't particularly brilliant. They're a little bit slow. There we go. That's better. He says, pointing the camera at the sun. Right. On across a bit more. Cross a bit more. There we go. Had an excellent little video film I made the other day of the Anthem of the Seas arriving in a lovely sunrise. I didn't think it was going to be quite so nice, but it came out really well. So do look for that one on the channel if you're interested in the Anthem of the Seas arriving at lovely sunset. That was a good one. Hi there, Joanna Peters says, did I go to the circus at the Mayflower Park? It was the Circus Extreme. No, I didn't go to the Circus Extreme. I was droning, actually, one of the ships leaving at night time. I'm trying that. I will make that into a little film. But Circus Extreme sounded very loud. Lots of motorbikes going round and round circles and lots of loud music. So I didn't go to it, no. But it did look interesting. If you're into that sort of thing, I'm sure it would be right up your street. Right around your circus tent. There was a small boat show in Southampton the other day. I popped along and had a look at that. That was quite good. Lots of exciting things there. Quite like the SAGA cruise ships. I mean, they are very small in comparison to some of the other cruise ships we see in port, but I think they've got a certain look about them. Quite elegant, aren't they? Quite classy. Oh, nice little sailboat coming past. On the tack. He's going to hit that buoy if he's not careful. Ahoy there, Marina Claire. And ahoy there, Mark Green. And ahoy, Cathy Pace. Wondering if, I can't remember now, but one of the cruise lines, all of the cabins had balconies, and I don't remember if that was these SAGA ships or not. I don't know. Let me see if I can find out. No, don't know. Ahoy there, transport lover, and ahoy there, vendor. Oh, vendor's already been here. Definitely need to correct that horizon. Still looking a bit wonky. Ahoy there, Les Dawson says, a bit calmer than last night. Absolutely right, shipmate. It was quite wet and windy last night. I was surprised we didn't get any thunder or lightning on the cameras. There was a lot of thunder and lightning in the Southampton area and over the Isle of Wight and down to Dorset. Didn't pick anything up on the cameras that I was aware of. Bit of a shame. Been quite good at catching lightning on the cameras lately. Got a few more ships in port at the moment. The Arcadia, she's going to be leaving tomorrow. One that I'm quite keen to drone on Wednesday is the Silver Moon. I don't think I've droned the Silver Moon before, so I'll be very keen on droning her. I might try a live stream as well. She departs at 7. So that could be another one for Wednesday, if I'm back in time. Considering a little trip to the Isle of Wight. Let's have to see how that works out. Weather forecast dependent, of course. What else have we got? Got a couple of the Enchanted Princess later on, then the Emerald Princess. Seven Seas Splendor coming in on the 21st. Norwegian Star, 22nd. I think that's probably it for the moment. Queen Mary 2's coming in on the 22nd as well. So if Queen Mary, I might go down to Cowshot. Get some good shots from Cowshot. If the weather's good, I really like the different angles you can get down there with a different background. The only trouble with shooting at Cowshot is they come in at such a speed. They're sort of doing, 14, 15, 16 knots around Cowshot. You get hardly any time to film them. Very disappointing. I'll see what we can do. Plenty more films to come, shipmates. Oh, with Elizabeth G. Oh, it says plenty of lightning on Netley last night. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad someone spotted some. I'm afraid I'd hit the hammock hard last night after a long weekend on the water. Probably could have done one of those comfy Saga cruise cabins, if I'm honest. But it's suited me down to the ground. It's certainly cleared up nicely this evening. That's Fawley Refinery, you can see in the background there, producing one of the largest refineries in Europe, especially producing certain types of fuels. Spirit of Adventure. Can't see anybody out on the balconies, but I'm suspecting at this time of night they're all busy at the buffet, aren't they? There's no one on the top deck either. Is there anyone on board? Yeah, no, apparently there is. It's 800 and something people, but it doesn't look like there's anyone on board, does there? Very quiet. Oh, bless me. I think it must be a bit of an old hay fever. Certainly seen a lot of pollen lately. I always think the pollen comes from the New Forest. Pretty much dead behind the Spirit Adventure is the New Forest, which is full of lots of trees and shrubs and lots of pollen producing shrubbery. I think that's what gives me a spot of hay fever this time of year. Oh, the Gemma Harris says there was a brilliant light show on Netley and Cowscap. Oh, I should have recorded it, shouldn't I? Oh well. Well, I'm glad someone saw it. I've seen some great photographs of the lighthouse that's at the south of the Needles. Excellent photographs. There's some really good photographs of lightning over the Solent as well. I suppose really I should get around to doing that nighttime photography, but yeah, it's great. Only so many hours in the day. This old captain is quite fond of his hammock. Oh, there's FB. Thank you. A bit of a sneeze there. Oh, they're big wheels. There's unusual to have yellow lifeboats. I agree with that, shipmate. Yes, it is unusual. In fact, I only know of one other ship that has yellow lifeboats, and that's the Disney's. They have yellow lifeboats as well. I don't know if there's a special dispensation for it or it's just a colour thing. I quite like the yellow lifeboats. Matches the funnel. Looks really good. The stern of the Spirit of Adventure as well. Quite a bit of a rake to it, so it's not too bulbous. Yeah, I think it's a very attractive ship. conditions will be good enough, we should be able to see it easily down to Cowshot and probably for a little bit further. Not a great deal of pleasure craft activity out there this evening, but I suspect most people are probably like myself, who are out busy at the weekend and need to take opportunity of this lovely evening. Or there, Paul Goodwin. When will ABP let us have ferry cap? Well, I think the important point to take away from my emails with them is they will. It's just I'm just waiting for their press department to cross the T's and dot the I's. It's really frustrating for me, shipmates. I've been exchanging emails with them for months. I mean, this started happening October time. We're already in May, so it's infuriating, but important thing is just to remember that it will happen. It will all happen eventually, shipmates. Oh, the Chipaz 1990s. Is Disney Magic not back this summer? I don't know. I have not seen her in the schedule. I couldn't say for sure. But I don't see her anytime soon. I think she was only really here because of the pandemic. So I'm not... I couldn't say for sure. But I don't see her all the way to August. No sign of Disney. All the way to September. So I would say not this season. I seem to remember that it was the last time when I live streamed her when she left last time. She wasn't planning on coming back for a couple of years. That's what I seem to remember. I do get a bit confused. My captain's old pickled brain is not as high functioning as it used to be. Hi there, Steph P. Many thanks for appreciating the determination of the captain. He will succeed eventually. Much has been thrown in my way. Cease and desist letters, lawyers, barristers. They can't keep the captain away from his cameras and his cruise ships. Well, I'm probably going to call that one an evening, shipmates. I will carry on following the Spirit Adventure out of the camera. And next live stream will be on Wednesday if I get back in time. Planning a little trip to the Isle of Wight. So I may actually live stream from the ferry itself. Oh, if I coordinated the two, I could do the live stream from the ferry, couldn't I? Oh, now we're thinking. Thinking. It's not really the captain's strong point. Oh, well, think about that. That'll be Silver Moon at 7 o'clock. Maybe I have to coordinate that. But yeah, probably the Silver Moon at 7 o'clock. So I'd like to thank you all for subscribing. If you haven't, please do think about it. Thanks for your support the channel. The cameras will return. It's just a matter of when, not if. Shall carry on following the Spirit of Adventure. That I get confused with Spirit of Discovery because they look very similar. Till next time, shipmates.